Vitamin D.
Yeah.
So vitamin D. So there's different types of vitamin D, right? There's vitamin D2 and then D3.
Yeah.
And is it vitamin D3 that's more important?
Well, the thing with the D3, it's more active. So, like, I remember even with my father, he had a D deficiency, and his doctor was prescribing him D2. And, like, that could be problematic because you might not be able to break it down. So, you really, if you're taking you want to get active vitamins that are going to be the easiest to, like, for your body to metabolize.
Right.
So, D3 is a little bit more important. It's like a better vitamin to have if you're taking vitamin D. And the other thing that I find is really weird is, like, I notice a lot of like plant-based milks, they add D2, which is really weird.
My name is John Levine, and I'm a certified health coach determined to help people reclaim health and happiness. My approach to health is compassion and looking at the whole person and understanding each person's unique set of health issues. I can and will help you reverse the chronic health issues you're dealing with. I hope you enjoy my show, The Whole Truth Podcast. Thank you for the support, and God bless you, my friends.
Welcome, everyone, to the Whole Truth Podcast with John Levine, sponsored by Dean's Natural Food Markets with 5 locations in Ocean, Shrewsbury, Basking Ridge, Chester, and now Metuchen. My guest, Jeanette Kimzel, is a registered dietitian nutritionist who got fed up, quite frankly, with the corporate world and decided to follow her true passion, which is nutrition. So she is here today to talk about all things micronutrients. Micronutrients. Yes, absolutely. And Jeanette, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great now that you're here.
Oh.
To educate us about the micronutrients and what they are. And so we're going to talk about micronutrients, what they are, how to get them, maybe how to test for them, what's the best source, is it food? Is it supplements? There's a lot to get into. And then I got a little bit of something special for you that wait till you see what's coming. Some entertainment. So that's what we do on this show. We do the education, the empowerment, and then the entertainment. The entertainment value, that's coming as well. So let me just start with this. Let's jump right into it. What are micronutrients?
Okay.
Like, what are they?
So, well, everybody pretty much knows, like, macros. Macros, you got your protein, your fat, your carbohydrates, and people seem to be more kind of concerned with that. Everybody's talking about macros, but, micronutrients are just as important. And they're basically, vitamins, minerals, smaller quantities of, nutrients that our body needs for a ton of different processes, everything from cell metabolism and, just for your brain function and energy and, pretty much every process needs, because everything is metabolic and everything is cellular. So we need these, little things that help to make chemical reactions occur. And, they're really necessary. Do you want me to go into, like, kind of specifically, like, what the difference, like what each one, or?
Yeah, so we got like macro versus micro, right? So macronutrients being, protein, fats, carbs.
Because they're, larger. They're needed in larger quantities. That's why they're called macro.
Right.
And then the micronutrients are needed in smaller quantities. That's why they're called micronutrients.
Gotcha.
And, basically they're kind of made up of vitamins and minerals. You've got your vitamins, which are fat-soluble vitamins, and then we've got the water-soluble vitamins.
Right.
Water-soluble vitamins are typically, vitamins that are going to be depleted in your body, so you need to replace them every day. Fat-soluble vitamins typically, will stay in the tissues, in the fat, and, that's they don't need to get taken in every day because they stay in the body a little bit longer. And those are like the A, D, E, K. And then the water-soluble vitamins are like the B's and the A, or excuse me, the vitamin C and B.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of vitamins.
There's
they say, remember those Centrum commercials? They'd be like everything from A to zinc. So basically, there's a lot of vitamins. And then you have the minerals, and minerals typically are made up of like iron and magnesium, manganese, phosphorus, calcium, vitamin D. Well, actually, I'm sorry, vitamin D. Vitamin D is kind of interesting because it's not only a vitamin, but it's also a hormone.
Oh, we'll get into that. I'm having a black coffee right now. Am I getting my vitamins and minerals? Probably not.
Mm.
Definitely not. That's a bad joke. No, I'm not. It's okay. I'm getting some caffeine. So yeah, so micronutrients, vitamins and minerals. We're gonna do the keep it simple, stupid method here, because a lot of this stuff, in a lot of cases, when it comes to health, can get complicated, and I think
Yes.
people need to have things simplified, because if it becomes too much of a struggle, they won't follow it,
Yeah.
and I won't.
Yeah.
I won't
Yeah.
follow it. So, micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals. Now, where are we getting them from? This is the big question. Are we getting vitamins and minerals from our food? Are we getting them from supplements? And if we're getting them from
Mhm.
food, what are the foods that we're getting them from?
Okay. Well, you can get them from food. I mean, there's a lot of different people, like, you look at the research and you look at different things, like some people say, if you have a terrible diet, you should be taking supplements to kind of combat that. But then other people, there's research that shows that you really should be eating a balanced diet to get your micronutrients. And typically the best way to get those is from a large, like, plant-based diet, lots of colorful vegetables, leafy greens, all of those things. So really looking at your diet and saying, like, okay, well, where am I missing nutrients? Because a lot of the water soluble vitamins, the vitamin A, the vitamin C, the vitamin, B vitamins, a lot of those foods are found in plant foods.
Right.
Typically, like all the more color you can add to your diet is really important, because basically you're getting like antioxidants, you're getting vitamin A, and you're getting vitamin E, and you're getting vitamin C, and all of those things are really important for your body. Because if your body, I mean, I always tell clients, if your body isn't getting adequate nutrition, it can't thrive properly, and that's when
Right.
all of these health conditions start to occur. um you know Iron's a really important vitamin too, and I mean that's found in a lot of, like, meat products and things, but it's also found in some
Spinach.
spinach and
Spinach.
spinach and like prunes and like different plant foods. So I mean, we don't have to rely just on meat. I mean, I think meat is part of a balanced diet, but I think people just are tend to like go towards one way, and I feel like the easiest thing that you can do to get more nutrients is to like incorporate more vegetables into your diet on a daily basis.
Yeah. What we do on the show is we try to inspire people and give them information and get them moving in the right direction. So we don't always get into the whole meat. There's the meat versus the plant debate, which probably will rage on forever.
Yes.
We're not getting into that. There are facts, and the facts are fruits and vegetables are loaded.
Yes.
Loaded, loaded, loaded with nutrients. Your micronutrients, they are loaded. And we can be here all day as far as like which ones have which.
Yeah.
Because spinach has some, that kale has others,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
arugula has others. But if you are eating a wide variety, to your point, if you're eating a wide variety of dark leafy greens, yellow, red,
Mm-hmm.
orange, peppers, um, fruit,
Yeah.
certain fruit, or there's fruit that's better than others, but apples, even bananas,
Mm-hmm.
you are covering a broad
Yes.
spectrum of the
Yes.
micronutrients. Now, we're kind of going off topic a little bit, but here's my thought on it. I get my micronutrients by eating a large amount of fruits and
Mm-hmm.
vegetables. That's the majority of what I eat. I'll eat a little bit of meat, whole grains,
Mm-hmm.
seeds, nuts. I eat
Mm-hmm.
like a
Mm-hmm.
chipmunk, basically. If a chipmunk eats it, I'd
Mm-hmm.
probably eat it.
Yeah.
A chipmunk and a rabbit. I'm
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah. Me too.
I'm basically a chipmunk and a
Yeah.
rabbit is what I am, and a squirrel. So where was I going with this? Where was I going with this? I
don't
lost
know.
my train of thought. Now you got to help me out here. I lost my train of thought. Fruits and vegetables. Yeah. Okay. So my point is this: you eat your fruits and vegetables, and the supplements.
Mm-hmm.
It's an insurance policy in my mind, because there's the research that shows that we're depleted these
Mm-hmm.
days.
Mm-hmm.
The soil is
Yes.
depleted,
Soil's depleted.
so
Yes.
that we're not getting what we used to get because our soil is depleted
Mm-hmm.
because of how we've treated the earth. I don't really know for sure, but what I do is I take a broad spectrum,
Yeah.
multivitamin that covers all of it.
Yes.
So I get all of the micronutrients. It's just an insurance
Yeah.
policy. I don't know how
Yeah.
you feel about that.
You know, I kind of I think looking at the diet, it's kind of hard in a way. Like I can see the benefits of taking a multivitamin, but then I can also see the negatives of taking a multivitamin because, like, if you don't really know what your actual levels are,
Right.
that can be you could be getting too much or too little of something. So, like, if you know you're eating, I mean, then also, yeah, there's that whole soil quality and things. But I mean, I think eating the vegetables is definitely better than not eating the vegetables because you're getting nutrition, and even you're getting to be getting the phytonutrients and things. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think like also kind of in terms of how your body is, or like if you're going under a period of stress and different things, like, you might need more nutrients than other nutrients. So, like, and then I was also reading that, like, sometimes the depending on the quality of the supplement, like they could be it could kind of be not as potent because of like the handling processes and like if they're heated, and so it's like there's all these variables that come into play,
Yeah.
and like especially that's why, like, sometimes buying supplements from like any store is not the best option because you don't know how long it's been on the shelf, you don't know if the expiration date is really correct, you don't know if there's some third party who's actually testing these vitamins to see like what their potency is, and if they're
Well, there's no
yeah,
regulations.
yeah, I mean, it's the downside.
So
Yeah.
to my listeners, to my audience, cheaper is not always better,
Mm-mm.
and in a lot of cases, it's much worse.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you're buying.
Yeah.
There's no regulations, and you don't know what's in this stuff. So use a company that's reputable, and if you have to pay more, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, Shackley. I don't know if you know. Do you know Shackley?
I've heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they test out of California, and they have scientific
Mhm.
tests. They test all their products, and I'm thinking about working with them, quite
Mhm.
frankly. And before I actually did anything with them, I said I need to try your products because I
Mhm.
can't come on my show and talk about them and say that they're great
Yeah.
if I don't know that they're great.
Yeah.
I need to research and I need to try them. And I've been taking them for 2 weeks, and this is not like a plug for them. I'm just saying that they're a little bit on the higher side,
Mhm.
but they work. They actually work
Mhm.
compared to going to, like, I don't know, Walmart and
Yeah.
buying, something off it.
Costco. I have the clients be like, "Oh, I got these at Costco." I'm like,
Yeah, don't
"No,
do it.
don't buy
You
those."
just don't know. You just don't know what's in it.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm just,
Mhm.
it's not. You don't have to buy from Shackley. You can buy from other companies,
Yeah.
but they're transparent.
Yeah.
They're transparent, and they say this is where we test. You can actually come see them,
That's
test
awesome.
everything. You actually
You can go to the facility and like
you can go to the facility
that's
and see how they
awesome.
test. They have scientists who test
Cool.
all this stuff, so they are very transparent. And they also say basically, like if you're not happy and you order something,
Send it back.
send it back. No questions asked. No questions asked. You get
Nice.
your money back. Period. End of
Mhm.
story. You can use the whole bottle. You get your money back.
So do they have multivitamins, or they have like all kinds of different, like,
All kinds of
just
different
like the
things.
whole everything A to zinc, as they say?
They do. They have
Yeah.
lots of different types of things.
Interesting.
Things specific for women's, things for the older age
Mhm.
people. For men, I'm taking the men's vitalizer, which covers pretty much everything as
Mhm.
far as vitamins and minerals. They're not loaded with vitamins and minerals. There's just enough in there because I think for people like me that eat the food,
Mhm.
I get my dark leafy greens, my wide variety of colors,
Yeah.
and my fruit. And this is, to me, just an insurance policy that if I'm not quite getting enough, this
Yeah.
gets me over the hump.
Yeah.
But it's legitimate stuff.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
what I'm getting at. But you're right. So you know what? And you brought up a good point. The testing, because you can overdo it. You don't want to be
Yeah.
taking too much of this stuff. And I couldn't tell you I know my levels because I don't know my levels. Because I haven't tested. So
Yeah.
what about the testing?
Yeah, I mean, the testing's really cool because, I mean, you can go, typically now if you go to your doctor, you can get like, they're typically vitamin D seems to be a big thing that people are testing for. B12 maybe, but those are like, pretty important vitamins because B12, if if you have a B12 deficiency, it just can cause so many like neurological problems. There's a really great book called Could It Be B12, and it talks about like all of
Oh,
these issues that were misdiagnosed because like they were actually B12 deficiencies, but people were being diagnosed as like having like multiple sclerosis and like
oh wow.
Alzheimer's and all these like neurological issues when they really were just so depleted of vitamin B12.
Clearly, I need more
Yeah,
B12.
yeah.
Can you tell?
So like, that was interesting. But the testing is really cool because like so, you can go to your doctor, you can see like what kind of tests they do, if they can do some kind of, full spectrum vitamin test, the looking at like blood serum, different things. And there's also a couple companies out there that do testing as well. I actually work with a couple companies myself doing testing because I was at a point when I was working at another job, and like people would come in and they'd have all these issues, and like we would do stuff with diet, but then like looking at there would come to a point where it'd be they would have trouble losing weight or something was going on. And so we're like, all right, well, let's bring in the testing to have another layer of like just getting like a good look at what's going on inside. Because, like a lot of times when you do go to your doctor, they're only looking at the serum, they're only looking at the blood. Whereas, like, looking at what's going on inside the cell is just as important because if the nutrients are not getting inside the cell,
Oh wow.
that can be problematic. And that's the cool thing about the testing, the testing that I do, and other clinicians work with these companies too, and they basically they have cellular levels, so you can kind of see like if there's some kind of issue going on and really what the levels are. And it's cool
What are
because
what are the companies?
one company is called SpectraCell,
SpectraCell.
and then the other company is Vibrant. And they're both really great tests. The I know SpectraCell is a little bit different, where they do this like immunodox, where it kind of measures your like immunity.
Hmm.
And then SpectraCell, I mean, excuse me, Vibrant's also great because they do, a very wide test. And they have, Vibrant's also has a whole nother arm where they're doing all this like food sensitivity testing. Because a lot of times what happens is when people aren't, people are deficient, it's because their gut is not absorbing things. So there could
Right.
be like gut dysfunction, there could be, imbalanced blood sugar. So like if your gut, you're having leaky gut, you're having gut dysfunction, that's definitely going to decrease the absorption of the vitamins that you're taking
Right.
in. So knowing, having that other piece of it where you could be like, okay, well, let's look at your, your gut bacteria, or, if you're having food sensitivities and autoimmune triggers, that could be why you're not, you're deficient in these vitamins. So,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, it's really cool to see the intracellular component of things. And
That's cool.
they also look at like your omega levels, which I feel like is really important. Like I know you can go and get your like CRP levels tested, which are like inflammation markers from like a regular like doctor blood test, but they don't really I mean, that will just kind of indicate if there's some kind of inflammation. It doesn't tell you like what's going on. With the micronutrient testing, it can kind of literally tell you like if you have too much omega-6 versus omega-3.
Now, I'm assuming you have to draw blood.
Yes,
for
these are
this.
blood tests. Yeah,
These are blood tests.
they're blood
And
tests.
do you draw blood?
No, I actually work with a lab. So there's
Like a
either
LabCorp or
they have their own labs, and then they also have like traveling phlebotomists who can come to like someone's house if like they can't, because like they have a couple labs around New Jersey, and they're based out in California, and then they've got all over the country different labs.
Cool.
And so it's really cool. And then you get the results, and then you can kind of see. And usually like what they do, they also recommend to get tested like a couple months down the line,
Yeah.
just to see like where you are, because sometimes if you're so depleted, you do need to supplement for at least a short period of time. And that's the other thing I didn't touch upon with the supplementation is, if you just keep supplementing for life and like you don't really know, like, it's kind of dangerous to be supplementing for long periods of time.
I agree with you. You should kind of know where you're
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
You should know where you're at,
Yeah.
right? Because you're kind of like running blind.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that makes sense. So SpectraCell and Vibrant, and my audience can come see you.
Yeah. Yeah. They can go to my website and they can,
Yeah.
I've got links to
Yeah.
the information on the testing. And
We'll get into
yeah.
that, but I'm trying to help them.
Yeah.
So if you're in New Jersey, they can see you. If you're in Wyoming, if you're in China, you can get tested with someone else who's a registered dietitian
Mhm.
nutritionist, and these are the things that you should be looking for. But that makes sense. kind of you need a roadmap. You need to know kind of
Yeah.
where you're
Yeah.
at. Which reminds me, hey, wake up, John. Probably get a test. But I am a should I say this? Pussy when it
Oh,
comes to
blood work.
oh my
Oh.
god, I cannot like pussy. Can I say it? Can I say it? I am pussy? I am a pussy. But I cannot.
Just
I cannot deal with needles. It is horrible, which is why I have not gotten.
any blood work
Yeah,
done.
I mean, it is atrocious. You have no idea. You have never seen the biggest baby in your life. I'm a pretty tough guy. I'll do just about anything. You know, I'll do mixed martial arts. I've done Ironman. I've done. I you get me near a needle. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I'm practically crying. It's pathetic.
That's okay.
It's not okay. It's pathetic.
It's a
It's
lot of people have issues with the blood.
it is a
Yeah.
scene. I'm telling you, it is a scene. Um, just wanted to throw that out there to tell you why I have not actually had a blood test to check my micronutrient level, but I should. Maybe if someone could just like sedate me.
Yeah, that's probably the way to go.
I think it is. All right, so that's the testing, the fruits and vegetables, the supplements. Now we're gonna get interesting. All right, this is where we have some fun.
Oh, can I just mention one more thing?
No,
No?
no,
Oh.
you gotta wait. This is
Okay,
my show.
okay.
You can't talk until I tell you. No, I'm kidding, of course.
Well, I
Just-
just wanted to mention too, like if people are on any kind of medication, even like antibiotics and stuff, like those can throw off your micronutrient levels as well. So, people might be more inclined to be deficient in certain nutrients.
Right.
Yeah.
So wait till you're off the antibiotics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. How long until you're off the antibiotics? Should you wait like a couple weeks until you're off the antibiotics just to kind of get that back up?
Well, to get tested, you mean?
Well, the antibiotics will just, it just
Yeah,
kills everything.
Yeah.
So like they're just
Yeah,
killing everything.
yeah.
So if you get tested, right, you're just gonna
You're gonna be completely.
you're gonna be
yeah,
depleted.
Probably like at least a couple, like maybe like a month or so.
So get tested a month afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes complete sense because that's what they do.
Yeah.
They blast the
Yeah,
good and the
yeah,
bad bacteria.
But yeah, it's interesting because if you, like say someone who's like even like diabetic or something, if they're on certain medications, those medications could also cause deficiencies, which might hinder their health. So
Yeah.
so like just like those and people who have conditions already are probably more at risk because they
Yeah.
could benefit from testing too. So
This is why I try to nudge. I don't try to
Mhm.
push. I try to nudge people in the
Yeah.
right direction of let food be thy medicine and thy medicine be thy
Yeah.
food. Hippocrates, which is food is medicine.
yeah.
If you use it correctly, it's the strongest medicine you'll ever get. And it is fruits and vegetables. And if you stick with that, and I'm not saying that you can't eat cookies and you can't have a little bit of meat. You can,
Yeah.
and you should, because otherwise, I think you'll lose your mind. But the core of your diet should be fruits and vegetables. And if you're doing that 80% of the time,
Mhm.
you're going to be all right.
Yeah.
You're really going to be all right.
Yeah.
It's when it becomes 50% of the time I'm eating that, and 50% of the time I'm eating French fries and
Mhm,
hamburgers,
mhm.
and
Yeah.
I think that's when that becomes a problem. But all right, the micronutrient test. I
Okay.
got 5 questions for you. Okay, for each one that you get wrong, you have to do 5 push-ups.
5 push-ups. Okay.
5 push-ups.
Can I be assisted? Can I do girl push-ups?
No, you cannot do girl push-ups. You have to do legitimate. You got to go down and do push-ups.
Okay.
All right, first question. What is my favorite vegetable? What is John Levine's favorite vegetable?
Goodness. I'm gonna say spinach.
Wrong.
Ah.
I love spinach, but kale is my favorite.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I
Kale.
was thinking kale.
So
Oh.
you're wrong. You should know. I can't believe it. How do you not know what my favorite vegetable is? That's 5 push-ups. What is my favorite fruit?
I'm gonna say
What is John Levine's favorite fruit? To get my micronutrients.
an apple.
Ooh, you got it.
Oh.
Are you looking at my notes?
No, I can't see
I have it right here. You see this?
No, I can't see
Are
it.
you looking at my notes? Don't look at look. Answer. Apple.
Oh,
Are
look at
you
that.
looking at my
No, I
notes?
can't see
Oh,
that
you
far.
got lucky. I'm trying to make you do push-ups. You know that, right? What is your favorite
Okay.
vegetable?
I would have to say, I guess zucchini. I've been eating a lot of that lately, and it's so versatile. I feel like you can eat it
The
so many different
versatile zucchini
Yes.
is your favorite vegetable.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
I'm going to say that's wrong. I'm going to
It's
say you're wrong.
wrong?
That's
Oh,
not your favorite vegetable.
it's not fair.
You don't know your favorite vegetable? How do you not know your favorite vegetable? Zucchini? I'm going to say it was spinach just to give you 5 push-ups. Okay, that one's wrong. That's not your favorite
That's not
vegetable.
fair.
I don't think you're telling me the truth. That's 10 push-ups. What is my guinea pig's favorite fruit? My guinea pig, named Cherry.
I didn't know you can give guinea pigs fruit.
What is it? It's a trick question.
As a trick question, so none.
You cannot give a
Yeah, I
guinea
was gonna
pig.
say you can't give guinea pig real.
You
like-
got it. I'm proud of you. You cannot give a guinea pig fruit.
Yeah.
You give guinea pigs vegetables.
Okay.
You got that right.
Yay.
That was very good. That was a trick question. Look, see my notes? Trick question. What is the guinea pig's favorite fruit?
I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Our guinea pig loves kale. Loves kale.
Aw.
Loves kale. They like the dark leafy greens. You got that right. That's impressive. Okay. What is my rabbit's favorite vegetable?
I don't know if this is right, but I'm gonna say carrots.
Rabbits actually don't really like
No?
carrots.
It's been a while since I've had a rabbit.
They're supposed to
Oh,
eat dark leafy
lettuce?
greens.
Oh, okay.
No,
Dark leaf. Well, lettuce is kind of.
her name is Nibbles.
Oh, that's cute.
Nibbles loves kale as well.
Okay.
They love kale.
We had a rabbit years ago, and I don't remember what we fed it. Its name was Smokey.
So you got 3 wrong.
So
You got my favorite vegetable wrong. You got my rabbit's favorite vegetable wrong. I can't believe that. That's ridiculous. You got your own favorite vegetable wrong, which is also beyond ridiculous. How do you not know your own favorite
No,
vegetable?
I think that's wrong.
That's wrong.
You're-
That's 5, 10, 15.
no.
That's 15 push-ups.
15 push-ups.
All right, let's do it. 15
Okay.
push-ups.
So I have to.
You got to go and do
Okay.
15 push-ups.
All right. Do I leave these on or take them off?
No, leave them on. 15 push-ups and tell people as you're doing their 15 push-ups. These can't be girly push-ups.
Okay. All right. I'm
These
gonna
got to be
try.
like
It's been a while since I've been doing regular push-ups, so
15 good push-ups. You
Okay.
can do it.
I did do a push-up challenge last year.
Well, so you're good.
But
15.
It's
you
been a
got.
while, so I don't know if I
You
can do
got
it. I don't know.
You know what? You can
I know.
do it.
I'll
You can do
I
it.
can do it if I believe in myself.
Say that you can do it.
I can do it.
Do you know what tapping is or EFT?
Yes, I've heard of that. It's
Okay,
really- yeah.
so tap on the top of your head.
Okay,
Okay,
I can do it.
tap below your eyes. No, above your
Above
eyes.
your eyes.
Okay, Jackie Simic, if you're listening, I learned this from you. Tap here below your nose, and what you do is you say, "I will be able to do it.
I will be able to do it.
I will do 15 push-ups. I will do
I will
15
do
push-ups.
15
I will.
push-ups.
I will do 15 push-ups. But now you got to do 15
All right, now I have
push-ups.
to do it. All right, is this wire long enough? Is this gonna?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
I got it.
All right.
You could do this.
I'm not wearing the right shoes for this.
I like those boots. Put the mic down. Okay. Angle it down. Oh, that's good.
Am I supposed to say something while I'm doing this?
Yeah, you know what? Tell my audience where they can find you, your
Okay.
website, what your specialty is, and all your information as you do
As I'm doing the
as you're
push-ups?
doing the
Okay.
push-ups. I'm gonna hold this down. You're Ben.
What?
Ready? Go.
All right.
Go. 1.
One. Am I
2.
on? Okay. My name is Jeanette Kimsel.
You can do it. Jeanette Kimsel.
You can find me at JeanetteKimsel.com,
Good.
and I do a lot of, I'm mostly doing virtual work right now with clients. If you're interested in doing the micronutrient testing, or even just need help with, different nutrition issues, anything from,
You got
you just want to feel
4 more.
better.
You got it.
4 more? Okay.
There you go. 2 more. 2 more. 1 more. Yeah, Jeanette. I love it.
Okay. Woo.
Good job, girl. Well, I'll help you out. You're very sweet. You're very caring, and you're very knowledgeable. So, yes, I would tell people to go to you to
Well,
Absolutely.
thank you. And I also do I offer 30-minute clarity calls if someone wants to just see if we would be a good fit to work together, and they can book that at a time of their convenience on my site as well.
I think they should. Now, the most important, the best, the rock stars of micronutrients.
Micronutrients.
What are the rock stars? Are there some that are better than others? Or are they all equal?
I would say, when you look at or you look up, like, if you do research on like what supplements to take or what nutrients you need the most, it comes down to being like, I would say vitamin D is one of the ones that, sorry, I'm like a little out of breath.
No, it's good. Out of breath is good. That means you're working out. You're moving your body.
Yes. Vitamin D, as I said, like, making sure you're getting enough omega-3 fatty acids.
Right.
Even though that technically, it's a fat. So, I mean, technically it might be more of a macronutrient, but it's kind of like,
Okay.
So.
And where are you getting that from? Fish?
Fish.
Small fish?
Oily fish. What's it called? Why am I?
Sardines?
Yeah, sardines, mackerel, salmon. You can also get it from some plant food sources like flaxseed, but the flaxseed need to be ground or
Okay.
like oil.
Flaxseed, they're high maintenance, those little guys.
Yeah. But I mean, I think if you get them ground, and then chia seeds.
Chia seeds are great.
Yeah, I love chia seeds, throw them in everything.
Chia seeds are powerful foods.
They are.
They are.
Many.
They are rock stars.
Yeah.
So you get the omega-3s and so you get the omega-3 and 6 through the chia seeds? Do you get them both?
I think you get mostly omega-3 because you want to be careful with your omega-6 intake. I mean, typically when you're getting omega-6 from plant foods, it's it's not because you need omega-6, but you just want that you want to be balanced. You want more omega-3. But typically the plant foods, like, because also it's like in nuts and things, but nuts are good for you. And
Yep.
so, I mean, depending on the person, because some people do have nut sensitivities and might not be able to eat. So, and that's the thing about nutrition. It's so individualized. Like, like what works for one person might not always work for everyone.
I'm nuts. So you might be sensitive to being across the table from me. You have a nut sensitivity right now? You just acquired.
No.
You just
Yeah,
acquired.
maybe,
You just
little
acquired
bit.
one.
I was gonna say the other vitamin, maybe vitamin C. Vitamin C is important. I don't know of necessarily supplementation, but like it's a lot of people today are very high stressed. So like, and that is kind of burned when you're in that physical stress state. So like, making sure you're getting like adequate vitamin C foods and I was gonna say, calcium depending on your diet, but because the thing is calcium works with vitamin D. So like, if you could be getting a lot of vitamin D, but then if you're not getting any calcium, you're it's not going to do anything. So
what about I got my rock stars here. I was trying to see if there was an overlap.
Oh, okay.
There is an overlap. Magnesium.
Yeah, that's another one I was going to say.
Because we're so depleted in magnesium. Because
Mm-hmm.
the soil, I think it's always the soil. The soil has less and less magnesium.
Yeah.
So we're not getting it as much as we should
Yeah.
in the plants.
Yeah.
So the magnesium, especially for sleep,
Mhm.
because I'm a little high strung. So to help my audience, magnesium at night can really chill you out.
Mhm.
It's really needed, and it can kind of calm your mind down. And there's natural sources of magnesium, and there's certain sleep food. But there's almonds, there's
Pumpkin seeds.
a poth cherry,
Mhm. Maybe some Brazil nuts.
Brazil nuts are
Mhm.
unbelievable.
Yeah, they're great.
I love. They're my favorite nut.
Yeah, I was gonna say selenium too is another one. I
Selenium.
feel like
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's
selenium.
depleted, but
Yeah, always depleted.
I'm saying, and B vitamins might help you kind of relax too because those are calming. But those are also in nuts and foods.
And what about
foods.
folate? So I wanted to touch on this. Folate.
Yes.
What do you think about folate?
Well, folate is important. Now, I think the thing too is like folate and folic acid are interchangeably, like they're just used as the same word so much. And that's problematic because people think, oh, I'm getting folic acid, but it's not the same.
If you look at my notes, it says folate, not folic
Yeah,
acid.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not the same
yeah.
thing.
It's folic acid is synthetic, and it's it's added to a lot of foods, and some. I mean, I'm sure you know about the genetic defect MTHFR, which if someone has, they can't break that down if they're taking in folic acid.
Oh, I'm not that familiar
Oh,
with that.
okay.
So yeah, no, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
What's that about?
So that's like basically it's like a genetic defect where your body can't break down. It doesn't have the gene to break down the folic acid into like the active form because and then when that
Oh,
happens,
it can't break down folic
it
acid.
can't break down folic acid. Folate is, and if you're taking, if you're getting folate from food, you should be able to break it down. But the problem is the folic acid, like it's problematic and it's in everything.
If man made it,
Yeah.
don't touch
Yeah.
it.
I actually wrote an article about this too. I can send
If
to you.
man made it, don't touch it. See right there. Folate in natural foods, you can break it
Yeah.
down. Folic acid, synthetic. There's an issue.
Yeah.
If you mess with you don't need to mess with folate.
Yeah. And
Folate's perfect just
yeah,
the way it is.
it is.
You
It
don't
is.
need to make it folic acid.
And that's the other thing with multivitamins you have to be careful with is that multivitamins sometimes have folic acid. And I usually recommend everyone just to stay away from folic acid as much as you can. Like
It's not the same thing.
yeah, it's not. And
Yeah.
and it's not, and then also it can be problematic because it's building up this protein in the body called homocysteine, which can be linked to heart disease. So like
Oh, really?
so
Wow.
people should really be getting their homocysteine levels checked too as like a marker for heart disease. But yeah, the folic acid thing is a very big topic that I'm interested. I actually wrote an article about it as well, just kind of the difference between folic acid and folate and why too much folic acid can be problematic for some people.
Yeah,
So.
that's really interesting. And vitamin D. Did we talk about vitamin D?
Not really too much.
Vitamin D.
Yeah.
So vitamin D. So there's different types of vitamin D, right? There's
Mhm.
vitamin D
Two and
D2 and then
D3.
D3.
Yeah.
And is it vitamin D3 that's more important?
Well, the thing with the D3, it's more active. So, like, I remember even with my father, he had a D deficiency, and his doctor was prescribing him D2. And, like, that could be problematic because you might not be able to break it down. So, you really, if you're taking you want to get active vitamins that are going to be the easiest to, like, for your body to metabolize.
Right.
So, D3 is a little bit more important. It's like a better vitamin to have if you're taking vitamin D. And the other thing that I find is really weird is like I notice a lot of like plant-based milks, they add D2, which is really weird. And I wonder if that
Oh,
I'd have
really?
to do more research on it to see if that's like problematic because if you're consuming all of these plant milks and you're consuming all this D2 and if it's not breaking down in your body, if it's not converting to D3, I want like, could that be problematic? I don't know.
And if you want D3, also, in my mind, the best source of D3, if it's available in your area, is
It's
the sun.
Yeah.
The sun,
sun.
baby. Now, listen,
Yeah.
if you're in Seattle, take a vacation.
Yeah.
But sorry, Seattle. I love Seattle. That's nothing against Seattle. But the sun.
Yeah. The sun. Is
Everyone's
the
like,
best.
"Oh, don't get burnt." Like, you
Mhm.
don't want to get scorched in the
No.
sun, but some sun is your natural D3. You
Yeah.
need that. I mean, that is
Yeah.
D3.
It's the best.
So, as you probably know, that your levels, and there's been tests to show this, proof to show that during the winter months when there's less sun in certain areas, your D3 levels are lower
Yeah.
because there's less sun.
Yeah.
And then in the summer, because of the sun, the D3 levels are increased.
Yeah.
So there is a way to supplement with D3
Yeah.
in the wintertime, which we actually do. But yeah, D3.
Yeah.
I think D3 and D2, that's another very important thing.
And
get some sun.
you can also supplement with light therapy. They have these lamps now that are supposed to be helpful for like getting like the vitamins or just the light because like people feel so down in the winter. So, but that's another option.
Why feel down when I can call you and get tested for micronutrients?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do not feel down. Call Jeanette Kimzel. She will test you for micronutrients. You'll know why you're feeling down because you might be low on something.
Yeah.
So, to recap, we talked about micronutrients. What were the most important ones? There's a bunch. Folate is huge. Vitamin D, vitamin D3, iron, magnesium, vitamin C if you're stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
The testing makes a lot of sense. It really does make a lot of sense. If you're an absolute sissy like I am, then it might be hard for you to get a
Yeah.
blood test, but get a blood test and know where your levels are so you know what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So SpectraCell and Vibrant are two that Jeanette uses, which were high quality, legitimate
Yep.
tests.
Great companies.
And regarding the food, I think you definitely want to get micronutrients through, and micronutrients are vitamins and minerals. The
Small
vitamins and
quantities.
minerals, you want to get it through food, certainly fruits and vegetables, and then the rest potentially through supplements, high quality
Yes.
supplements. High quality supplements. Do not waste your money on junk that's not regulated because you don't even know what you're taking. Go to Shackley or some other places that are reputable where they are transparent.
Mhm.
It's important. They're transparent and they say, come check out the science. Come to
Mhm.
our labs and try the product. And if you don't like it and you use the entire thing, they don't even ask you a question. They give you your money back, which kind of tells you they need, because like,
Yeah.
look, they kind of tells you that they know what they
Yeah.
have, that they're legitimate. So I think if you're going to supplement with the real stuff, not Costco type stuff. Sorry, Costco, not that type stuff. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, if you do have questions about like your supplementation, you can always, go to see a dietitian or a nutritionist who specializes in this and can kind of point you in the right direction because, depending on like your health history and your medical history and what's going on, you might want to be careful with supplementation, especially if you're on like medications or something.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? Go see someone who's a pro.
Hmm.
Jeanette Kimzel, the pro, registered dietitian, nutritionist. Thank you for coming on the
Thank you
show.
for having me. This was fun.
You taught me a lot. You taught my audience a lot, and I appreciate it. And you know what? Those push-ups were legit. I
Okay.
like that. 15 push-ups.
I was to say it's good. I haven't done those push-ups in a while.
We like to have fun, so we'll stay in touch.
Definitely.
Keep doing what you're doing. Proud of you. Good work.
Thank you.
And we got to help each other out and get people to eat. So, all right, my
Yes.
friends.
9 to 10 servings a day.
9 to 10 servings a day. Eat your fruits and vegetables. Get those micronutrients, those vitamins and minerals. And until next time, adios, amigos.